Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you for taking some time out to be with us tonight. We are really excited for you. You are joining this call because you're just getting started with Plexus. And whenever somebody gets started with Plexus, I am just like, ooh, I am so excited. I can't wait for them because I know that if they work with their sponsor, if they stay consistent on their products, that 60 to 90 days from now, they're going to feel like and probably look like a different person. Whether it's just that they have more light in their eyes, more energy about them, their skin is glowing, they're not bloated, maybe you've lost a couple of pounds or you've just kind of found yourself. And Plexus has done that and so many things for me, just like that. So my name is Brooke Hemingway. I am a mom of 6 kids, ages 2 through 14. I live on the beautiful island of Kauai in the middle of nowhere. And I started these products a little over 4 years ago to help me with energy slumps, sugar cravings, anxiety, sleep issues, bloating, so many different things. I was just out of whack, out of balance, and I needed some help. All that to be said, I was the picture of quote unquote health. I was the girl that everybody thought had it all together. I was fit. I exercised regularly. I looked fine, but I felt like crap. Do you guys know anybody like that? Maybe that is you. Maybe you actually look fine, but you don't feel fine. And so what we want to do is, first of all, maybe like do a virtual clap and just celebrate you guys for like deciding to take this leap of faith and give Plexus a try. We are so, there's Sharon. I can see her clapping in the dark. We're so excited for you, and you've made an excellent decision to join us. So tonight we're going to help you with how to take your products, what to expect when you take your products, a little bit about some of the benefits that you have for being an ambassador, because there are so many benefits. But first, I'm going to turn the time over to my friend Tori. She's going to share just a little bit about her story, some of her top tips, and then we'll take it from there.
Hi, so I'm Tori. I actually started the supplements for my kids. So we started for the yeast issues that ProBio 5, I'm sure I've talked to you, and you guys heard some about ProBio 5 and how it helps with yeast. There's actually digestive enzymes in this product, and along with the probiotic that actually works and gets to your gut. So there's digestive enzymes, and one of them actually breaks up in the shell of the candida yeast and gets in there and uses grapeseed extract to get rid of that. And that was a game changer for me. And I know it has been for thousands of other people, hundreds that I have helped, because it works every time. So when I discovered that the thrush and cradle cap and rash that my little guy had at 3 months old was related to yeast, I started taking this, and within 7 to 10 days, he was better through milk. So through nursing him. So that was my realization that yeast was a thing. And now that I've done more research, I realized that that is a thing for many people, like maybe 80% of people, I would say, Brooke. And so beyond that, then I learned about Slim. I don't have my bags of Slim, so Brooke can show those to you in a minute. There are 2 different Slims. And so when I first started, I actually just kind of took it here and there, which is a huge testimonial to understanding that when you use it consistently, it works. When you use it here and there, I didn't notice anything. It may have done something, but I didn't notice anything. So when I started using it consistently, it changed my life, because when I balanced my blood sugar, I balanced my insulin, which balanced my hormones. And for me, that was a game changer. So getting rid of the yeast was step 1 for me. That was part of the puzzle to solve that for me. And then getting rid of balancing my blood sugar was the other part of the puzzle that just made everything kind of click. Actually, there's a third part of the puzzle that worked for me. Not everybody has this issue, but many people have constipation. And so BioCleanse changed my life and my oldest daughter's life immensely. When you can poop every day on schedule like you're supposed to and empty out your GI tract, you feel like a new person. So for us, those are the things that really changed our life. And do you want me to talk about anything else for consistency or anything?
No, I just wanted to start out with a little introduction and what you've loved so much about Plexus. Okay. And I love that she talked about consistency. We're going to talk about consistency for a second.
Yeah.
A lot of people struggle with consistency with anything good in their life. They struggle to exercise. They struggle to eat their vegetables. They struggle with consistency. If that has been an issue for you in your life, put a 1 in the comments if you struggle with consistency. Well, this is a new beginning, a new start. You're going to commit to consistency. And if that's a struggle for you, do something simple like set an alarm on your phone for 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. And those are when you take your supplements. Little reminders like that can help you to stay consistent. Putting your nighttime supplements by your toothbrush because you brush your teeth at night, things like that. Putting them out on your counter where you get your breakfast ready in the morning. Little reminders like that can help you to be consistent. If you are consistent with your products, you will notice results. The speed of change is different for everyone. Some people notice things right away, and other people, it can take 30 to 60 days or more to notice those changes. But stay consistent and you will notice it. Much like when you start a new workout routine in the gym, I would have clients come in and they'd be so disappointed because they would like gain a couple pounds when they started. And they'd be like, what's going on? I'm working so hard. And like the scale is going in the opposite direction. And I would always just say, stay consistent, like have faith, it's coming. And it's the same with Plexus. We also want to encourage you to really focus on drinking the water you need to drink. At least half your weight in ounces of water. It's not a Plexus thing, it is a life thing. Most people live chronically dehydrated, and that makes them feel hungry, hangry, tired. It just, your skin is not glowing the same way, your digestion is not as good. So half your weight in ounces of water. And if that's a struggle for you, start out the day with a big 20-ounce glass of water and just guzzle that thing down. Play little tricks on yourself. Keep a cup by your sink. Every time you walk by, fill it up, drink it. Every meal, drink a glass of water. So get that water in you so your body can detoxify. The next thing I want to encourage you to do is pick at least one healthy habit that you can try to change. For example, are you into snacking on chips and salsa at 10 p.m. at night? I love chips and salsa. I used to snack at like 9, 10 o'clock at night. And I was like, okay, so if I'm going to start and do something healthy for myself, I'm going to eliminate one thing that's really self-sabotaging. Find one thing in your life that is sabotaging your health goals and just eliminate that one thing. We're not asking you to do a total overhaul. We're saying pick that one thing. Maybe it's moving 20 minutes a day, eliminating one unhealthy food. Instead of drinking 3 sodas, drinking 1. Take baby steps towards better health. Now, Tori is going to answer this next question about Slim. So go ahead and answer that.
So with Slim, I help people adjust this all the time. And I think with natural supplementation in general, the key is to find the sweet spot for you. And as you go through detox, if you go through detox, but generally the first few months, you're adjusting things, and you may be adjusting things differently than you will in a maintenance mode. So even if you don't have a lot of detox, your poop situation is going to be different at the beginning as you're adjusting to the products, and your system is working through whatever detox you're going through. Even if you don't feel the detox, your system is kind of changing, and you're getting healthier and you're healing. So adjusting is great. So with Slim, I actually used 2 a day, and I love that. I have tried to adjust back to 1, and my body likes 2 a day. It works for me. I keep it that way. But there's 2 different Slims, and so there are 2 different options for you. I love both for different reasons. They both have the same minerals that balance your blood sugar. One of them has the hunger control version, and it has vegetable fiber, and the other one has prebiotics in it. And so they look different in the packages. The flavor is a little bit different. I actually like, you'll find this funny, half of each. It works for me. So I do half of each in the morning and half inactive. It's kind of strange, but that's just how I like it, and that's what works for me. But you can do 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. I always say the only way to really mess this up is if you binge and then you take 1. Like, you don't have to have it 30 minutes before a meal, but you have it before your hungry time. And you listen to your body and you start to notice how your blood sugar is doing. So if you take 1 first thing in the morning, but you still have those chips and salsa that Brooke was talking about at 10 p.m., we need to push that a little bit later in the day so that helps those cravings. You may need 2 a day, or you may need half and half to keep that blood sugar balanced all day long. So it's just an adjustment, and you can play around with it and text or call or message the person that is helping you and let them help you adjust it and give you some tips and ideas. So you can do 1 or 2 a day, Stacy, and I can help you with the timing that works for you too. I had somebody the other day who was like, I can't remember to take it at work. So there's some ideas for that. You can put it in your purse. You can take water bottles, and I always have 1 in my purse in case I forget one. But for her, it works just to remember to do it in the car in the morning on the way to work. That was what worked for her to remember. So just kind of you get in your new habit pattern of when to take it, and make sure, like I said, consistency is the key with blood sugar balance. I had somebody message me today, and she said she's having a hard time. She's still having her cravings. So I said, well, how often are you taking your Slim? She said, well, here and there. So let's do it every single day. And in a few weeks, I know she will message me back and say, okay, those cravings are gone. So
yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what Marie was saying is, what about some nausea? And just talking about that with taking any of your supplements, with as with anything, if you feel any kind of sensitivity or nausea, or maybe like a slight headache or some tummy, discomfort, like those can be some normal symptoms of detox or candida die-off. And it's nothing to freak out about, but if you are kind of more sensitive like that, you can take it with food. Usually we say take it apart from food, but if you have more of a sensitive stomach, maybe in the beginning you're taking some things with food. And then once your body adjusts and gets used to it and you go through that initial little bit of detox, you can often move it away from food and there is no sensitivity. So going back to that detox and die-off that Tori was talking about, if you're like, what the heck is this? Do I need to be afraid of it? Am I going to feel horrible? No,
No.
we're not here to scare you off and tell you like all these horrible things are going to happen, because honestly, like that's not the case. But some typical symptoms as your body is changing and things are turning over and you're renewing yourself from the inside out, you might have some digestive changes that include maybe going to the bathroom a little bit more, maybe some bloating, maybe some stinky gas. Yeah, we talk about those things because you're killing off bad stuff inside of you. And that has a certain, effect for some people. You also might have just maybe like a few light headaches. And sometimes that can be because you've stopped your caffeine habit and you've like been like, okay, I'm not going to do that caffeine habit. And so you can go through some caffeine withdrawal because Slim is not a caffeine drink. Or sometimes it's that you're dehydrated and you haven't increased your water intake and you really need more water. And other times it is a little bit of detox, and that is okay. Keep yourself hydrated, keep going. And like I said, if you need to, take some things with food initially and know that that will pass. What you can do to help you through that situation is, again, stay consistent on your supplements. Make sure you're going to the bathroom 1 to 3 times a day. If you're not, talk to your sponsor about adjusting your BioCleanse and your ProBio 5. Make sure that you're moving your body. The main ways that your body detoxifies is poop, pee, and sweat. So I'm not saying you've got to go crush it at CrossFit. I'm saying, hey, go take a walk for 20 or 30 minutes, or get on a bike, or do something to move your body so that your body can detoxify. Some other things are like a nice warm or hot Epsom salt bath, right? Doing those things, adding some fresh lemon squeezed to water first thing in the morning is a great flush for your liver. So doing some simple things like that can help you. Don't be afraid of it. The way that I look at it is, if you're noticing some of those changes, it's like, yes, we are making some changes inside of our body. And that means I'm going to come through the other side. Sharon is like, yes, I'm going to come through the other side like a renewed version of myself. So Tori, let's talk a little bit about some other benefits that they have, because they did join as an ambassador. When they got their welcome pack, they earned perks points. So talk a little bit about the perks program for them.
I love the perks program, and people ask me all the time, well, is this a subscription? Yes, and that's great, because we don't want to forget, especially at the beginning. It's super important that we not lapse in taking your products. So it's really important that consistency is great. So having that subscription come every month is fantastic. It's also really easy, because when you use your subscription every month, about the second or third month, you start earning free points, the perks points. And the perks points are fabulous because all you do is just add a free item to your cart. And so it just comes to you. You don't have to pay any extra shipping or do any extra orders. You just add it to your cart, and then you get that with the next order. So it's fabulous. So the only things you need to remember, though, are to keep your subscription on and over 100 PV, which sounds like a scary, like, what are you talking about? But you'll see it when you put everything in your cart, over 100 PV. So if you do your triplex, which I need to have my Slim here, but I don't have my Slim. But if you do your triplex, which has the ProBio 5 and the BioCleanse and the Slim in it, that will meet those criteria. If you have questions about something else to add, message your sponsor, the person who helped you, and they'll help you with suggestions. I always suggest, adding in the X Factor Plus, and I can talk about that. Do you want me to talk about that now or wait?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I love this. Now, I get this question a lot about, I can't spend this much money on supplements. And I love to answer this question, because supplements in general, good supplements, they just cost money. And some of us just aren't used to the perspective of remembering to spend money on, high quality food or supplementation. But I used to spend $140 a month on what's in this bottle. This has your fully methylated vitamins and your trace minerals all in one. And it's in one bottle that's around $30. So the price point is fantastic for what you get in this bottle. And I've compared both, thinking about, maybe I'll just stick with that one. No, it's actually not even as much good quality and as much items as ingredients as are in this one for a far better price. Same thing with the Slim. If you buy all those ingredients separately, which are all the ingredients you need to balance your blood sugar, and if you Google it, you can research the minerals needed to balance blood sugar, it's hundreds of dollars. So it's actually a great deal. So I don't know where I was going with that, but they're a great deal. And about adjusting your supplement. So adjusting your subscription. So 100 PV is easy to do. And if you have questions about what to add in, the second month X Factor Plus is a great one if you don't have that in there yet. Vital Biome is a fantastic one to add in there if you don't have that one in yet. Vital Biome is a fantastic probiotic that you add in conjunction to Probio 5. It does not replace it, it's different. So it has different strains of probiotics that help with mood and anxiety. And if you ever take an antibiotic or a medicine that has done some damage to your gut, which we all have, it helps to repopulate your gut with that good bacteria. So these two together are fantastic. If you have any inflammation, you can add ease to your subscription. Even people without noticeable aches and pains, you'll notice a change in bloating, in weight. Like I've noticed looking back at pictures, I started taking this a few months ago for headaches just to see what would happen because I didn't have any noticeable aches and pains, but you can tell in my pictures that I'm less inflamed. You can tell in the way my rings fit. So you can tell the difference. And we know when we Google or look up inflammation, it is a precursor to disease. We know that it's important to have our inflammation lower. So this is great, aches and pains or not. Mega X is a great one, again, for inflammation, also for good sleep, and because our omegas are so important. And Brooke, maybe one of us will talk about that with the kids set too. If you have kids or grandkids, adding that kids set on is a great way to add something to your subscription for your kids or your grandkids, because the new Kids Essential set is amazing. Do you want to talk about weight at some point too, probably?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and talk about weight a little bit and the kids. I have 6 kids, like I said, and I absolutely love the kids line because it focuses on brain health and brain development and gut health. And those things are really important for your kids developing, reading in school, their sight, the way that they process information, and just giving them healthy tummies. There are so many things that our kids are exposed to, so many different foods maybe that we've even fed them. And so we need to do a little bit of work to get their bodies back into balance too. And I love that it's really simple for kids. We have a chewable combination vitamin and probiotic. So you're not having to buy 2 products for your kids, a separate probiotic, a separate vitamin. They come together. We don't use synthetic ingredients, flavors, colors, or any sugars in our products, which pretty much all other kids' vitamins do. So you can feel really good about putting this in your kids. And then we also have the Mega Kids Microbiome drink, which they love. My kids mix it up every single day. This has things like choline and lutein and DHA and prebiotic fibers. So amazing for the brain and for sight and for feeding the good bacteria in their gut. And it's super affordable. Like I was blown away at how affordable this combination is, $39.95 for both of the products. So if you do have little kiddos, you might consider adding that in to have them try adding that to a subscription. And for me, it far outweighs the cost of illness and all those other things that my kids might, be exposed to. I want to give them the best shot to have a really healthy immune system and good digestion and all of those things that add up over time. So let's talk about weight. Okay. Did anybody start the products because they wanted to lose some weight? A lot of times we don't admit that. And by the way, if you are brand new, if you're on this call and you did just join Plexus in the last 30 to 60 days, put a yes in the comments. Yes, 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 yes. If you just joined in the last 30 to 60 days, I want to know if you're new, okay? So a lot of people won't admit that they wanted to lose weight, but most of us have a few pounds. I even had about 5 pounds I wanted to lose. And the things to understand about weight is that being consistent with your core products that are going to get your gut healthy and your blood sugars and hormones balanced are important to losing weight and fat. So that's foundational. But if you need a little extra help, then we do have some products that can help. Balance is one that some people will add on because it's a blood sugar balancer that's going to help with the post-meal crash. Balancing blood sugars helps with metabolizing fat, and it's also going to help to block half the carbs that you eat in a meal. So if you're a carbivore and you love carbs, or you eat a meal with carbs in it during the day, you're going to take 2 of these 20 to 30 minutes before that meal, and it's just going to block out half of those carbs. Again, all natural vegetarian ingredients, so you're not putting weird funky chemicals in you. Also, a lot of people love MetaBurn. MetaBurn is a metabolism booster and a mood booster. It's one that I personally do like as well. And MetaBurn is going to burn that white fluffy fat around your belly, hips, thighs, and butt. It's also going to give you a natural mood booster. It's adaptogenic herbs. Again, it's not a chemical supplement. It's a natural supplement that's going to help to optimize your metabolism, give you great energy, clarity, and burn some of that extra fat. Anybody here a horrible, like, you eat carbs, or you're eating empty carbs for breakfast, or you're busy and you're on the go, and like me, I've got a ton of kids. I can't always think about putting quality food into me, and so I'll grab something that's not healthy. I started substituting my breakfast for lean shakes. It was something that I did because I didn't want to eat crappy foods, and I didn't want to eat empty carbs just because I would get so hangry and hungry. And so I would reach for those things because they were easy. And so I started doing a lean shake for my breakfast. I kind of practice intermittent fasting, so I don't mix it up until about 10 or 11, but it keeps me satiated for 4 hours or more. And so I'm not snacking. It's got fiber, it's got protein, it's got fully methylated vitamins, nothing synthetic in it, prebiotic fibers. It is like one of the best quality. In fact, I've looked at a lot of shakes, meal replacements, and it's a really great quality to put in there to substitute for a meal. So if you're
And
wanting
do you
to
feed your kids?
what's
You give it
that?
to your kids too?
My kids actually love it. And what I do is not for them to lose weight, but I have some kids, like my kids are very, very active. They play outside. We're kind of that unplugged family. And I want to get some extra protein, vitamins, fiber into them. And so at least 2 or 3 of my kids every single day mix one up just as a snack. I'd rather have them snack on that than granola bars, fruit snacks, pretzels, like processed, right? Like, I don't want them to have that. This is a better alternative for them. So that's a little bit about weight. Now, I have another really good friend here that I absolutely adore. Nicole is somebody as well that I will say, like, a lot of times when we start on these products, we want super fast, immediate results. And I can think of so many of my friends that had some results in the beginning, but really it was the accumulation of 3, 6, 9, 12 months on the product where they look back and they're like, holy cow, it didn't seem like a lot was changing along the way. But as I look back over the last 6 to 12 months, a ton has changed with my health. And I know that's happened for Nicole. So she's going to share a little bit about her story and talk a little bit about finding accountability and having help on your journey.
Yes, thanks, Brooke. So I started the product about 2.5 years ago, and I was one of those people looking for a quick fix. I was not willing to spend money on a snake oil product that wasn't going to work. I was ready to get my refund back, my money back if it didn't work right away. And luckily for me, all I was looking for was to not be tired all day long. I was tired of being a zombie mom and parenting from the couch. And I also had these stomach aches that really would take me down every day. But all I really wanted was to not feel tired. And within the first 2 weeks, I was feeling more energy, feeling more motivated, sleeping better. Like, it just was really a big improvement for me. So that was enough for me to keep going. Like, I was going to do whatever it took to figure out how to keep taking these products. But like Brooke said, over time, things just kept getting better. Things that I had no idea would get better, like I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, and my cycles are always long and painful and miserable. And it was just a really big ordeal for me, and we struggled with infertility. And I noticed after about 4 months that my hormones were balancing. My cycles were becoming shorter. I was bleeding less, and I didn't have cramps. I would be surprised by my cycle, which was amazing in and of itself, because I always knew, with the backaches and the bloating and the moodiness, that it was coming. So my cycle changed, my seasonal allergies went away, my food sensitivities. After a year, I looked back at our pictures on our wall, our family pictures. My face looked thinner. I hadn't lost any weight, but the inflammation and the puffiness in my face was gone. These are very common experiences for people on Plexus. And that's because when you give your body tools to help with root healing, it just keeps getting better. I am no longer diabetic. My A1C came down. I had heart arrhythmia issues, and my heart is now regulated. My heart rate used to be in the 90s all the time, and the doctors just said, well, that's just something you're going to have to deal with. No, it's not. And over time, that's gotten better too. So anyway, be prepared to be in it. Just invest in your body's health, and amazing things can happen. Now, I am a penny pincher, and I am like super tight with money. I like to be generous with friends, but with myself, I am not. Like, I'm the kind of person who's going to wear like shirts for 12 years and not ever give them away, you know, Target, clearance shopper, Walmart, and Costco. So when I first started taking these and they started working, I was like, oh, shoot, I'm going to have to pay for these. And when I had signed up, my sponsor, who's a pediatrician, she said, just so you know, there's a program to get these paid for. If you refer 3 friends or family members, you can get a $300 bonus and get your products paid for. And I had no intention of telling a single soul that I was taking anything from an MLM. But when it started changing my life, I could not help but tell people what I was doing, because I knew so many tired moms. And very quickly, I was able to get my products paid for. In fact, I have never once paid for my products. And I never intended to start a business. I just knew so many friends that were miserable like me. So I just want to let you guys know about the Friends and Family Referral Program. And especially when you're first starting, you're in a special 30-day window that gives you the opportunity to earn $305 cash for referring 3 friends and family members. And that makes it a lot easier to afford these and keep going with them. Or even I have people who take advantage of that program and pay for their friends to try it for a month for free, just to see how they like it. Anyway, either way, it's money on the table for you, and it's just good to know that it's there. It also is very helpful to have people doing it with you. When you're trying something new, if you start a new gym, if you have a friend that's going to meet you at the gym, you're going to get out of bed and go. If nobody is there waiting at the gym for you, it's really easy to say, no, I'm going to push snooze. It's the same with a new health and supplement routine. If you have people doing it with you, you're like 80% more likely to see success. So look at it as an opportunity to get some accountability partners and have people along your health journey with you.
Absolutely. And so let's just talk a little bit about some of the incentives that are going on with Plexus this month that you have access to. Tori already taught you about the perks, which is amazing. You already got 250 perks just for getting a welcome pack. And when your next subscription processes, you'll earn between 100 and 200 perks, which qualifies you for a free full-size product. So say you want to try MetaBurn, awesome. Add it to your subscription next month, it's free. Okay, so that's one of the perks. But one of the other things is the discount that you started with in the last 30 to 60 months still stands. 30 to 60 days still stands. So your friends and family can also just pay $9.95 to join and select their starter pack or their welcome pack. Many people are going ahead and offering that as free membership. You'll have to talk to your friend that got you started. Maybe that's going on for you, but also they have the same discount on the welcome packs available to them. And so if you're thinking about some people that you're like, yeah, she's always a wreck. Her gut's always a mess. Her stomach's always hurting. Her skin's a wreck. She's tired. She goes to Starbucks 3 times a day. Like, she's always struggling with anxiety. You know, if you're thinking of these people, sharing is as simple as reaching out and saying, I thought of you. Honestly, I have no idea if this is going to be a good fit for you, if you want to try it, but I'm going to start this. Do you want to check it out with me? And so we want to invite you to think of some people that could benefit from these products while we have this incredible sale, and letting them be able to decide for themselves if they want to get started and take advantage of these discounts. Also, I wanted to just welcome all of you guys again that joined us tonight, for all of the yeses that I saw in the comments of brand new ambassadors that joined in the last 30 to 60 days. I am going to just offer you an opportunity to add any new product that you want to your next subscription, and I'll give you $10 off of that product. What you'll do in your subscription process is you can just send me a screenshot. I'll Venmo you $10. So if you're like, I want to try that Ease product, I'll just Venmo you 10 bucks when that processes in your subscription the next time. So something fun to let you try something at a discount. But we're so dang excited for you to be here with us, to be starting your health journey. And we want to invite you to bring some friends along. We have a call every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time where we actually talk more about these products. We share more health stories. We also have an info group that you can invite your friends to on Facebook. They can check out some information. They can check out some stories. Or your friend that invited you here can absolutely help with whatever their needs are and finding a pack that will suit their needs. We are super excited for what's to come for you. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. And I'm going to stop recording right now, but if you have any additional questions, please feel free to ask those.